fast-paced, mission-focused Army demands that a commander's first priority be a trained and ready unit. Leader development makes a substantial contribution to a unit's ability to train effectively and accomplish its mission.
The Army is people, and people really accomplish the mission, conduct their operations based on the leadership they have. They face the hardships we want them to face in war. They deal with all the adversity that comes away basically because of the efforts of great leaders and great teams. And so leader development is our process of building those great leaders, and it is central to what the Army does.
We really do two things in the Army. We train units, we develop leaders. You can't do the former, train units, if you haven't developed the leaders with the right competencies and the right attributes to lead those units. So it's really a fundamental foundation of training and readiness.
People need to understand, and I think all soldiers need to understand, that leader development isn't just an officer thing. It's inclusive to all of the cohorts. So whether you're looking at the civilian cohort or you're looking at certainly non-commissioned officers and warrant officers and those young enlisted soldiers as they move up and eventually become non-commissioned officers or potentially even go to OCS and go to a commissioning sort. We need to understand that leader development is everybody's business.
Successful units and organizations are ones that foster an environment for learning and development. Unit leader development should not be viewed as a standalone event on a training schedule. Rather, leader development should be integrated into already occurring day-to-day activities in the units. It's important for commanders and unit leaders to foster an environment that promotes learning at all levels.
Leader development is the most critical future investment that our Army has. The reality of it is that we are an organization that is based on values that focusing on developing our subordinates to achieve the organization's mission. So investment in leadership sets the conditions for our very organizational success in the things that we attempt to do.
Some of the best moments I've had in my career is someone just took the time and they looked at me and said, he needs a little bit of mentorship right now. He needs a little bit of developing, some guidance, or just some encouragement. Sometimes leader development is just a simple gesture of, hey, come here, you've done a great job today. You keep up the good work. Your soldiers really care about this stuff.
When you identify potential, taking the time to set that young leader down and basically telling him the things that they're doing right, the things that they can improve, but more importantly, that you see in them the capability to become a leader at higher levels.
Soldiers at all levels are thinking, and how do we create the environments internal to these organizations that we allow these soldiers not only to think, but simultaneously make mistakes, but to learn from those particular mistakes. You know, it's not this zero defect mentality that we maybe once upon a time lived in, or at least the perception internal to organizations was it existed. We want soldiers and leaders that are presented opportunities and challenges in front of them, given the opportunity to think creatively. It's called disciplined initiative.
One of the key points that I make to leaders all the time is that the mission will be accomplished. And I guarantee you that as we look back at what we've accomplished in Iraq and Afghanistan, the mission is accomplished. But what you will remember in the twilight of your career as you think back, it really will be not the things that you have done, but the people you have developed. And again, your investment in these young people and the way they will grow and prosper and support our Army, I think that is the greatest legacy that you can have as a leader.
The Commander's Handbook for Unit Leader Development is designed to provide commanders and unit leaders with an efficient and effective way to implement unit leader development. The handbook outlines ways to set the conditions for effective leader development, to plan leader observations and provide effective feedback, to foster a learning environment and prioritize leader development activities, and to integrate learning into already occurring day-to-day activities. The handbook draws on the input of successful Army commanders and NCOs, recent Army leadership studies, research on effective practices from the private and public sectors, and applicable Army regulations and doctrine.